Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Alberta Global Talent Conference 2021. I'm Doug Paquette, Executive Director of ERIC, and coming to you from Edmonton, Alberta.
And I'm Bruce Randall, Executive Director of CRIAC here in Calgary, and we are delighted to be your co-MCs for the Alberta Global Talent Conference 2021. Over the last 10 years, the annual Global Talent Conference was known as one of Edmonton's premier conference events for internationally educated professionals who are hoping to connect with and be inspired by leaders from the Edmonton business community. And we are so excited that this year, the Calgary Region Immigrant Employment Council, our little organization down here in Calgary, is working together with our brothers and sisters at ERIC in co-hosting this very first virtual Alberta Talent Conference. Now, before we begin, I'd like to take this opportunity to respectfully acknowledge that the province of Alberta is comprised of Treaty 6, Treaty 7, and Treaty 8 territory and the traditional lands of First Nations and Métis peoples. We're honored to be able to receive a blessing this morning from Elder Patrick Daigneault, who will ask Creator for us to open up our hearts and our minds to the conversations we're going to have during the entire day and to seek common understanding, inspiration, and the path forward for all of us. We will have our grandmothers and our grandfathers and all of our relations pass on their knowledge to us during the day today. Without further ado, here's Cree Elder Patrick Daigneault.
Good morning, everyone. I want to introduce myself. My name is Patrick Daigneault, Swift Eagle. I'm a Cree from northern Saskatchewan. I was invited here to do a land acknowledgement prayer and also do a little something on land acknowledgement for you guys. First of all, I want to acknowledge the organizers, the Global Talent Conference, CRIAC, ERIC, sponsored by RBC. Also want to thank Bruce for inviting me to do this for him and to do this for this conference. Why is land acknowledgement so important? I think we look at it as being respectful and being mindful that the territory that we sit in and walk on and work on. We are now on Treaty 6, Treaty 7, Region 3, the Métis, the Blackfoot, and the Cree. So part of that is acknowledging the land. But before we move on to that, I want to say a little prayer in Cree. Oh, mamutawi no ksimantuwi huni. Oh, tumagi no to no motanos kiwigawi pixquataman. Kakiwi sino. Taktumagi no ya kaktumagi to ya. Tasoimi ya komagiwiga pixquatamak otanos. Kakiwi sino napiok skuok. Inanaskotaman. Dehe kutse. Ksapotagit mitran. Nanaskom nao kakio. Aho. So with that, I want to acknowledge not only the land, but the spirit of the land. When we do land acknowledgement, we must acknowledge the spirits of the land. That's an indigenous teaching. Our laws come from the land. Our practices of granting rights and privileges is a process that we were born with. And this ties us to the land in such a powerful way, in such a beautiful way. And we call it, it's called cultural protocol. And part of that cultural protocol was when Bruce come up and offered me the tobacco and said, we need someone to do a land acknowledgement for us. So I offered it and I said, yes. So here as protocol and everything fell into place for me to do this. So now I acknowledge the land through prayer, through smudge, through the protocol. I acknowledge the mountains, the trees, the birds, the fish, the water, the animals that live on this land. All have a spirit. We acknowledge that here today. We also acknowledge that we are on traditional territories in Alberta of many First Nations, Métis, Cree, Blackfoot, whose steps have marked these lands for centuries. So with that, I want to acknowledge that so that we are respecting and be very respectful of the territory and the land that we're in. So with that, my friends, thank you very much. I appreciate this here today. Like I said, keep an open mind and an open heart to these conversations within these conferences. Thank you very much. Aho.
Thank you, Elder Patrick Daniel, for this blessing. This last year, we were all confronted by unprecedented challenges, but these challenges have become lessons from 2020, and we will take them forward into 2021. Health, safety, resourcefulness, and communication. We will be stronger together. When we began our planning for our virtual version of the Global Talent Conference, we consulted with our community partners and employer connections and asked the question, how can we make the conference better and more effective? We received many suggestions, such as to hold the conference over a couple of days and deliver several 2 to 3 hour workshop presentations. In the end, we decided we could be more effective if it was held over a day in order to capture the feeling of attending a real live conference event. We have a very busy schedule for you all today with provocative and engaging presentations, panel discussions, and world-class speakers.
As you're all aware, our theme this year is redefining, not defining, but redefining mentoring and networking and what it means for us going forward. This inspiration came to us as each of our organizations had to learn to adapt and to modify what we do and to run our programs in a completely online format. As a result, we are presenting to you today more but shorter presentations in order to provide you with even more information. But don't worry, if you miss any of the presentations today, the platform will be open and available to you for the next 3 months. In addition, you will always be able to log on and watch the recordings there and as well on our YouTube channel.
However, as Bruce said, there's no need to worry. You won't miss a thing. We have included contests and prize draws throughout the day and at the end of the conference. You have probably already downloaded the mobile Whova app, and if you have not done that yet, we encourage you to do so. This is an excellent networking tool for today and for the upcoming 3 months.
We have set up the day in a very exciting fashion. So our morning sessions are going to focus on and center around clients, the international educated professionals. A couple of topics, how to find your dream job, what is really important in order to network, and hiring and onboarding then and now. The afternoon session, we're going to slightly pivot and we're going to target current and prospective mentors. And we're going to help them in developing their own leadership skills through mentoring. All of these sessions, of course, are open to all of our participants, whether you're a mentee, a mentor, past or present, a community partner, an employer partner, or a business leader. Feel free to drop into any session you can.
I would like to take a moment to acknowledge and thank our main sponsors who have made this event possible. Immigration, Refugee and Citizenship Canada, IRCC, is a major funder of Eric's and Craig's programs and is the largest sponsor of the event. Government of Alberta is also a major funder of Eric's programs and is much appreciated sponsor of this event. I would also like to thank RBC Royal Bank for being this year's corporate and exclusive sponsor and for providing us with so many professional mentors over the years. Thank you, CPA, Chartered Professional Accountants of Alberta, for being this year's corporate sponsor, Deluxe, and for ongoing support over the years. We'd also like to thank our exhibitors. By the way, you do not want to miss the Career Loans and Windmill Microlending booths, two excellent finance agencies that provide funding resources and advisement to professional immigrants. The marketplace will be open during the lunch break and after the conference ends for an additional half an hour. You can see the list of exhibitors on the conference platform, and you are all invited to visit each one of them at any time.
And so on behalf of the ERIC and CRIAC boards of directors and our awesome teams, I'm very pleased to welcome you all to our 2021 Alberta Global Talent Conference, redefining mentoring and networking. And we challenge each one of you to leverage this all day long as an opportunity to connect, to learn, and apply what you are learning in your career journeys. It is now my extreme pleasure and honor to introduce our very special guest today, the Honorable Salma Lakhani, Alberta's 19th Lieutenant Governor. Her long-standing service as a community leader and volunteer has been guided by her deep commitment to the values of pluralism and inclusion, and to her dedication to championing those who have faced barriers throughout their own lives, personal and professional. Lieutenant Lakhani, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. It is my pleasure to join you for the Alberta Global Talent Conference 2021. I understand this is an in-person event every year, but unfortunately, because of COVID, this year we have to do a virtual event. We have to try and keep everyone safe, but hopefully one day soon we will be able to have an in-person event. And I would have loved to have met each of you in person and to learn from you, hear your stories, but I guess we'll have to wait until we're done with COVID before we can have in-person gatherings. So it's wonderful to have this kind of an event, a virtual conference, which gives you an opportunity to connect, to learn, and it gives us all an opportunity to encourage one another. And I know that these kind of opportunities are very valuable, especially when we are new Canadians. I know this from my own personal experience. My husband Zahir and I, some of you might know, we came to Canada as stateless people in the 1970s after we were expelled from our native Uganda, together with all citizens of South Asian descent. And the regime of the then President Idi Amin took everything of material value from us. It took everything that our family had worked hard for. But the one thing they could not take, our most precious resource, was our education. And that education and our knowledge is what carried us forward. And we brought it over, our experience, our knowledge, we brought it over to Alberta. And we were so grateful to be able to build a life in this country and this province as very, very proud Canadians. Now, I must say that our early years were not without challenges, but we persevered. We reached out for help when we needed the help until we found our way. And I'm aware that there are many, many Canadian immigrants and refugees who share this story. In fact, I am quite aware that some of you have even much more challenging situations to face. And I share in admiring your courage and your resilience. To those of you who are looking to enhancing your resumes, your job opportunities, I hope that this conference, this event allows you to come up with new ideas. It gives you lots of inspiration, and it gives you the connections that you need to move forward and realize your dreams. And remember one thing, that in Canada, you all know if you work hard and persevere, you can realize your dreams. To each one of you, I would like to wish you a lot of success in the years. Now, to the employers who are taking part in this conference, I truly appreciate your commitment to new Canadians. And I know how valuable their knowledge, their energy, and their fresh perspectives will be to your organizations. And to all the organizers, supporters, and exhibitors, thank you so much for playing such an important role in this very, very important initiative. So I'd like to wish you all the very, very best. I hope you have a very fruitful and enjoyable conference. And I wish you all the very best in the years to come. In the meanwhile, please stay safe and well. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor, for sharing your heartfelt words and about your journey of leaving Uganda and coming to Canada with your family. And of course, your lived experience. It's stories like these that inspire and motivate each one of us. It's a story of resiliency and empowerment that can propel us towards reaching our dreams. Thank you again for sharing those words with us. Now, before we open the conference, I would be remiss if I didn't mention and remind everyone that February is Black History Month. This is a time to reflect on the stories, experiences, and achievements of Canada's Black community. It is a great opportunity for all Albertans to recognize the past and present contributions that Black Canadians and African immigrants have made into Canadian society. It is a great time to embrace the spirit of equity, diversity, and inclusion as we all work together to make Canada and the world a better place. Now it is my pleasure to announce that the 2021 Alberta Global Talent Conference open. Welcome, everyone.
Okay, all together. Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
It's going to be awesome. Thank you for being here.
We have such great speakers lined up. We can't wait for you to see.
Hello, Eric team.
Hi.
Hello from Crack team.
Hey.
Hello.
Welcome, everybody.
Looking forward to hosting you guys today, and it's going to be a great conference. Looking forward to spending the day with you.
Yes.
Okay, bye. See you. I changed everything.
Actually, what we imagine it would be like, because when we first started on this, we had no idea how this would look like, except the fact that we were going to help newcomers. And then when we went to MAC, we got a vision of how this place would be and how welcoming it would be. And to see it now designed specifically for newcomers is very overwhelming. And I know this space will be like so welcoming for all the newcomers, and they will feel they belong.
Everything here on the wall and the screen over there, it resonates, right, to the people that we actually want to help. And it's when they read these words, they know they're home and they know they can find help here.
So it's not new to me that RBC has taken another step in putting back to the community. It's emotional for me today because if anyone comes into this place and they read the things on the wall, it makes a lot of impact in their lives. I didn't have that opportunity, but it's a privilege. It's huge that RBC has done this.
It's really humbling to see how an organization can listen, understand, and really want to make a difference within society.
This doesn't feel like work. It feels like it feels like home. Because when you see that, it's every single thing that I went through as well when I came. And when I came, without anything, RBC took me in. First interview, everything else. And so I felt that I had value as a person. And that's what I want to give each single newcomer when they come in. They have value.
Nice.